Tonight, we are addressing the two local practices that are using methyl bromide and the harmful effects it has on neighboring residents. Our first story covers a report on local strawberry farmer and his dependence on methyl bromide for a successful yield. However, the use of the chemical results in a negative externality because neighboring residents are being harmed by methyl bromide entering local water sources. We went directly to the farmer to get a first-hand perspective of the matter. Another story on tonight's news comes from a local golf course resort in Avila Beach. Because golf course requires such high quality grass, their use of methyl bromide is a common chemical used to maintain their greens. We sought out the insight of their head's groundskeeper and manager on their use of the chemical. The third party affected here are the ones most exposed and can lead to potential health problems. Now, this affects local third parties because it can be monetarily measured. Neighboring residents with polluted well water are now outsourcing their cooking and drinking water, and recreational swimmers near the golf course should be more aware of the potential health concerns from exposure. From an economic standpoint, the effects to our community present a problem of overproduction, until the transaction of strawberry farmers and golf courses account for social cost. Good evening. Welcome to News 6. I'm Jared Godis. Tonight our news team is covering the use of methyl bromide and the third party it affects. Reporting live is News 6's Brittany Goodwill and strawberry farmer Philip Oscar to discuss his use of the chemical and what implications this means.
Thank you, Jared. Here with me today at one of California's finest strawberry fields is Philip Osgood, head grower of Driscoll Strawberries in San Luis Obispo County. Wow, Philip, these fields look great. You seem to have a large crop and they look very healthy. How do you get such a nice yield?
Well, our great yield can be contributed mainly to the great conditions we have here on the Central Coast. San Luis Obispo in particular is a great place to grow strawberries, and we're lucky to have such great conditions with our soil and just the climate in general. We can produce, in this climate here, we can produce about 10 times more than you would see at any farm in Michigan, and 20 times more than you see at any farm in New York. So we're just lucky in general just to be here.
Wow, I'm sure you have a lot invested in your time and money, and you take many measures to make sure that your crops don't fail. I hear that fungus can be a major issue faced, particularly fusarium wilt has been a problem for many strawberry farmers this year. Has this been a problem for you?
Yeah, in the past, fusarium wilt's been a huge problem. It's detrimental to our crop, and we'll do it. We take whatever measures we can to eliminate it. The main thing we do now is we fumigate with methyl bromide.
Now, can you tell me just what that process entails?
Yeah, so what we do with the methyl bromide is we'll lay out tarp similar to what you can see behind us here, and we'll basically pre-plant fumigate with methyl bromide. So we'll inject it into the soil and let it just the soil soak it up for a week or two, which will kill any of the any weeds or fungus or anything. And it's worked great for us in the past, and we're continuing to use it to this day.
That's great that that's been so beneficial in eliminating so many harmful pathogens. This seems to be a widely used product in strawberries. In fact, I was doing some research and read that 35 million pounds of methyl bromide is used annually for pre-plant soil fumigation, and that of this 35 million pounds, approximately 19% is used on strawberries. That means 6.65 million pounds are used on strawberries annually. With 80% of the nation's strawberries being grown in California, this seems like a lot of methyl bromide being used in a relatively dense area. I'm sure you take safety measures when applying this, but isn't there a concern for all of the population around the fields that are being exposed to the chemicals? Or is there a concern of methyl bromide being leached into the waterways?
Yeah, when it comes to methyl bromide and chemicals of that nature, there's tons of rules and regulations imposed that make us, to take all the safety precautions we can. And with methyl bromide, it's no different. We know it's a potentially harmful chemical, so when our workers are using it or handling it, we make sure to take every precaution we can. And so obviously when it comes to a third party not involved with our farm or our strawberry production, we try and limit any negative effects it can have on the surrounding areas and people. Yes, runoff in rivers is a potential issue, and we try and eliminate that. And actually, we're lucky to not be near a school here, but other farms, you're not allowed to produce you're not allowed to use methyl bromide within a certain range of a school because it has that potential, the harmful effect on the surrounding area.
All right, well, thank you, Philip, for all of your time and your expertise in the strawberry industry, as well as the use of methyl bromide and how it affects the people who reside near your strawberry fields and anywhere methyl bromide is used. Now, back to you, Jared.
Thank you, Brittany. It is compelling to know that maintaining a high-value crop can potentially harm surrounding residents of the farmed areas. This means that the people affected have no affiliation to the transaction of strawberries, but are still incurring a negative cost. Next, reporting live from Avila Beach Golf Resort, Annalise Jensch and Michael Gali discussing the course's use of methyl bromide and what this means for the environment and society today.
Well, thank you, Jared. Here with me today is Michael Gali, the head groundskeeper of Avila Beach Golf Course in Avila, California. Your greens look great. What do you do to maintain them?
Hey, thanks for having me, Annalise. We weren't too happy with the quality of our greens recently, so we went ahead, got in there, dug everything out, and this time when we went in and installed our greens, we laid down methyl bromide. It's really improved our quality, and our greens have never looked better.
So can you explain to me what methyl bromide is used for and how does it affect your greens?
Methyl bromide is a synthetic gas used for ground maintenance as a fumigant for controlling pests prior to the installation. It's mostly used on sports complexes, golf courses, also on sod farms. Pest problems controlled with methyl bromide include weeds, diseases, parasitic nematodes. However, methyl bromide fumigation is primarily used to eliminate weeds and to ensure genetic purity of our turf grasses.
Because it's a synthetic gas, are you a little bit concerned about where the excess methyl bromide will go, or if anyone, like a third party, is affected?
I'm sorry, could you tell me what a third party is?
A third party is a group of people who are not directly involved in a transaction who are positively or negatively affected by that transaction. Like runoff affecting people in the river right over there, and then potential fish that are also swimming around.
Yes, there's potential runoff that has been exposed to the methyl bromide gas. However, we try our best to control it when we're installing the grass, and we don't believe there's been a large portion of the community that's been negatively affected.
Do you know how many other golf courses around use methyl bromide as a sterilant in their golf course management techniques?
As far as I'm aware, just about every golf course, when they go in to install the really pristine looking grass, they lay that methyl bromide down. And yeah, a lot of residential golf courses too. But yeah, as far as I know, they all use it.
Have you yourself actually installed the methyl bromide, or do you have people who do it for you? And what are some potential hazards that come in terms of applying the methyl bromide to your turf grasses?
Yeah, we go ahead and we have our own crew lay the methyl bromide down and everything, and we try our best to give them proper protection and everything. But some things can't be exposed to people for too long, so we try and get them in, get them out, get it laid down safe, and hopefully it's all good.
Well, thank you, Michael. Back to you, Jared.
Thank you, Annalise. For those of you now tuning in, our team covered the use of methyl bromide as a pesticide and herbicide in local practices and how it can affect the third party. In golf courses, we see a high chance of polluting our recreational streams that also lead to the ocean, and how strawberry farms are highly dependent on the chemical and its pollutant effects. Until next time, I'm Jared Godis. You stay classy, San Luis.